When you are out of alignment and you know it, and you feel your way back into that general place of allowing, and then you come into alignment with the fullness of who you are, the fullness of who you are will then feed specifics to you that will come quickly and powerfully. It's what inspiration is. It's what that feeling of clarity and knowing is. So the way we want to explain what we just said in even clearer terms is that by not being so much in need of proving worthiness or of accomplishing something, but holding a pure desire to come into alignment with who you really are, which is really what you said when you sat down. What happens is you tap in not only to who you were before you came into this body, but who you've become and what you have accumulated in your vortex. And when you come into all of that alignment, that's when all of that clarity and power, all that you have become, is then allowed by you right here, right now, in this moment.
That's what it feels like.
So we want you to chill so that you can get into the vortex and be supersonically specific. We've said often that none of you could just at a moment's notice define with any real clarity or accuracy the specifics of what's in your vortex, because you've been putting it there over such a long period of time, and because there's so much information. It's just layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of specific information that you've gathered from the details of your life experiences. But it's all there for you. And the pieces that fit this moment in time will reveal themselves to you in this moment in time, if you're not doing that thing that you do that keeps you from doing it.
That's right.
If you are in that state of allowing. And so it sort of puts this business of creation into a clear perspective for you. So step one, gather up data. I know what I don't want. I know what I do want. So I'm asking. And often I'm asking from a place of not allowing. But just the same, I'm asking and it's all accumulated. I have asked and it is done. Step two, it's done. Source rallies and converges and becomes and knows and bees everything that you've asked for. And when you chill out, when you love life, when you love yourself, when you work on your emotional grid, when you get general, when you meditate, when you quiet your mind, when you remove your thoughts from the static and the chaos and the trauma and the drama, and you allow yourself a moment in time when your vibration is steady and clear and pure, when it's an emotional basis like love or appreciation, you click right over that more specific grid. And the details of your life will show themselves to you. But here's the thing we want you to hear. Not down the road as in the castle you want to have, or as in the perfect relationship that you want to have, or as in the whatever that's on your goal list of things you want. But right here, right now, in this powerful now, life will reveal itself to you in the fullest of way. So the interchange that you're having with the stranger or with the lover or with the mother or with the daughter, the power will happen in your now, you see. We've had quite an interesting conversation today. And from our perspective, it was emphatically out there on the leading edge. We often come together and have conversations about things that truly take thought beyond where they have been before. But this one is especially satisfying today, not only because we've moved into some new places. Esther will so love listening back to this and finding all of the new pieces that she's wanting to highlight for you, but because it is established within so many of you a renewed interest in getting back to the basics of your vibrational frequency, sort of taking it out of your head and putting it more into your heart, so to speak, into the vibrational beingness. And because of the conversations that we've had, we know that you know that the grid will fill in with the details of life that you describe as meaningful, physical reality. There's no separating non-physical from physical. And we've all come so far. You are out here on the leading edge, and that's the part that we think you got with greater clarity here today. That creation is happening here, and that Source is joining you here, and that this is where the party really is. And that there are times when you allow a full recognition of the bliss and beauty and perfection of you and of life, and there are times that you don't. And we think that if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would be reveling in this new knowledge. Jerry said to Esther the other day, and she heard him laughing so hard while he said it. She was asking him a business question, something specifically about something that she was wondering what to do about. And his words to her were, well, if I was standing in my physical shoes. And then she realized that he can stand all day if he wants to in her physical shoes, although she rarely does herself. In other words, there need be no separation from you and you. The point that we want you to understand is that you are the establisher of your point of attraction by what you are giving your attention to. And you can feel whether you are in alignment in this moment with your true point of attraction, which you've been creating over a period of time, even way beyond this physical lifetime. So that's why there is this relationship, this vibrational relationship between what you're focused upon now and what you have come to focus upon as you've been sifting and sorting. We want to say that in a better way. So every time you know what you don't want and know what you do want, there is a definition that has happened that the Source within you has agreed with and is holding the place marker of that. And when you take all of that goodness that you and others have been carving out over, time isn't the right word, over a long period of experiences, and then you measure that, in a sense, against what you're thinking right now, so that you have this constant feedback about how on the mark you are or how not quite on the mark you are. As you feel your way into that alignment, that's when that feeling of flow occurs to you. And so the you that you were describing, I realize that I am the flow, yes. That I am, and what those very perfect and descriptive words we're talking about is when you click into that alignment, you just can't miss that feeling of power. And we want the words that you were offering to have been or to be. I have the power to align with that.